Hi, John Urick here with salon-marketing-tools.com. Today we're going to do a website critique of Susan's website, and then as we continue on and we look at this, number one, what we want to do is we want to look at the website. Does it have an air of professionalism? So we look at this, we can see that she's got some professional header graphics. One thing I'd like to point out is at the very top of your site is that you have Google AdSense. Now, Google AdSense, if people don't know what that is, it's a form of revenue that you can generate from your website, and what you're doing is you're sharing advertising with Google's program called AdWords. So if you log on to Google and you do a search for, say, beauty services or massage therapy, anything that comes up on the right-hand side is what's called the Google AdWords program. Now, being a webmaster or website owner, anybody in the pretty much universe, can display these ads on their website, and anybody who clicks on these ads up in this area, these blue links, then Susan's going to generate a revenue and share that revenue with Google. Now, one thing that I look at, and I don't know for you, Susan, but I'm just going to estimate here, is that if you look at the lifetime value of a customer, or the approximate worth of a customer, or what is the average spend of your client customer who comes into your facility. Now, I'm going to gather it's going to be around the range of $60 to $100. So if somebody comes into your facility, they're going to spend on average $60 to $100, just knowing the industry and what most services and treatments go for. Now, let's make a decision. If we're looking at a return on investment, if we're looking to grow our business, where do we want to make our money? Do we want to make $60 to $100 every client visit, or would we like to make 1, 2, or maybe 3 cents a transaction? Now, you don't have to be a rocket science or a mathematician or kind of get very scientific about this, but I would rather go for $60 to $100 per transaction. Now, what you're doing here, Susan, is by utilizing these ads up here, is what you're doing is if anybody clicks on these particular links, you are driving business away from your website. Now, these ads are going to display, depending on where you're geographically located, you'll have different ads that will display for each individual. I'm having ads that are displaying that are going to be relevant to Canada and the US. So if you look at this one, Le Petit Spa, if you're not familiar with this particular spa, is that they're a day spa that's facilitated in Vancouver, British Columbia. So what I'm going to do, if I say, hey, there's something of interest here, I click in this area and I go to Le Petit, then what's going to happen is, Susan, you are going to lose business because that's another competing spa service that now you're driving traffic to. Now, do you want to make 1 to 3 cents a transaction, or would you like to make $60 to $100? Now, I guess the argument you could make is that, hey, they're in Canada, we're in Australia, or we're in the UK, or we're in Ireland, or wherever you may reside, but the fact is that you're still driving people away from your website. Now, for me, this would be a big no-no. I would not have Google AdSense, especially at the very top of my website, especially if people have never been to my site before, if they just found me through the search engines. Now, there's one of 2 ways that people are going to find your website. They're going to do a search on the search engines, and they're going to find you. They're going to go to the likes of Google, Yahoo, MSN, all these different search engines out there, and they're going to find you. Now, if they didn't go that route, then maybe they found you through some of your marketing literature. They found you in the Yellow Pages, a business card, a brochure, and then they're going to come to your website. So now you've spent all of that effort and energy to be found, and now what you're doing is you're driving traffic away from your site. That's not good. So what I would do is get rid of this. There is a time and a place to have Google AdSense, but not on your homepage and not at your header. Okay? Now, the next thing is that in this area here, you do a good job of header graphic, that sort of stuff. It's professionally out, looks good. Now, if I can continue down your page a little bit, when you pick up any publication, be it in the newspaper, or go into your local library, into a Barnes & Nobles, or Chapters, or Amazon, or buy a book, anything of that sort, typically when we look at any publication, unless you went to a different school than I, most publications are printed with black text on white background. You have done the inverse here. So what you want to do is you want to reverse this. You see very little websites online today that have a black background, white print. People just aren't accustomed to reading that. I would say that you have a better job if you switch this around. Now, if we continue on, and we go through the remainder of your site here, what I'm going to do is look at it for some of the copy elements. Now, up here in this area, this is your headline. Now, right away, I think that you start here on a negative. You won't want to leave. Like, you shouldn't even have the mention of leaving your facility at all when it comes to your business, to your website, anything. You want to make sure that they're staying in there. So the things that you should be talking about is, hey, when you're visiting a day spa, here's the things that you should be concerned about. You know, are they fully licensed? Are they licensed massage therapists? Are they licensed estheticians? Are they qualified laser technicians? Are they qualified to do the procedures and treatments for you so that you're going to get lasting results? Those are the things and concerns and frustrations and reasons why people come to your website. Okay? So you want to adjust your headline to that effect. Now the next thing is right off the bat, right here, you start talking about yourself. And really nobody wants to hear about you. So what you want to do in this instance here is, my name is Susan. Again, you're talking about you. Right here, my salon. You're talking way too much about yourself. What you should be really concentrating on is talking about your customer and not you. That's what they came here for. This is the element that you should be talking about, is this particular one here, you. That's why people come. So you should be orienting all of your communications to your customer, to your prospect, to your potential client when coming to your website. All of this stuff that you're mentioning in this area is good, but all of this can be saved for an About Me area over here, or About Us page that you could put over here in your left margin, and doesn't necessarily have to be talked about here in the front area. So I would get a lot of that I stuff, we stuff, my stuff, and get it over here into the left margin into an About Me or About Us page. Okay? And then what you really should be concentrating on in this area is, hey, you're coming to our facility looking for lasting results. Do you want to look more rejuvenated? Do you want to look prettier than you when you walked in? Do you want to get rid of those wrinkles? Do you want to look less tired? These are the concerns, frustrations, and things people come to you for. So you're going to want to get and talk about those particular elements on that home page. Okay? The other thing is, when you're talking to people, just in this example of this video that I'm doing, it's conversational. I'm not pretending I'm a English professor, and I've got a strong understanding of the English language. You're going to have some ums and haws and ahs and buts, but it is very conversational, and I'm talking to you one-on-one like we would over coffee. So think of your customers that way. When you're talking to them, it should be conversational in nature. If you're going out with your mate, your buddy, your pal, your girlfriend, boyfriend, going out for coffee, how would you talk to them? And that's how you want to address your copy on your website as well. Okay. Now, one more thing, looking at your website, and I'm looking down the left margins, everything is in uppercase. Again, I don't know any publication that comes in all caps, that sort of stuff. So again, bring these down to low caps. That will help in the navigation, the ease of use, and people navigating through your website. Now, I don't want to get into too lengthy, I could go on for hours here of little things and tricks and techniques that you could certainly do, but a couple more suggestions I will give you is that you have no call to action on your website whatsoever. There's no phone number, there's no way to contact you, nothing on the home page. I would use this space here, and again, images do not sell. These images could be brought down to the bottom down here, and then in this area I would move these up into this area. You could put your contact details. So I would put stuff like your telephone number for booking appointments, your address if they want to show up for appointments, and maybe your operating hours, that sort of thing should all be moved up into this area so they can call you. If they like what they see in this area here, then I can give you a ring and I can book an appointment. And there's one other thing here, is that I would have some sort of opt-in here where they can give their name, I can't spell that well with this drawing, and their email address, so that you can send them out some sort of correspondence, maybe a newsletter, or updates or promotions or special offers that you're going to send them, because the reason you have a website is to collect leads and to give information to your prospective clients. So Susan, hopefully that helps out. If you have any more questions, feel free. You can give me an email. You are on my newsletter subscriber list. I will be posting this live for you to look at. Again, this is John Uhrig at spamarketingtools.com. Thank you.